Hello everyone, it's Average Gamer CABBY, presenting you with a cast of a game between a really strong Terran player and everyone's favorite Zerg player, right? Evil Genius's EGIdrA is going to be in the spawning in the top part of this map here. Let me get it underway. And then we've got STBomber in the bottom here. He's going to be your blue Terran. We've got cross-map positions on Metalopolis, which is my favorite map. I love how they can tie in air play into this one, and just a lot of fun. EGIdRA's going to really like these spawn locations because, as I'm sure some of you know, EGIdRA loves those long macro games. He loves to be able to build up his army and get his economy going. He's just really strong the longer the game goes on. So, for my average gamer fans who don't have time to follow all this stuff, this is an MLG game. So that's a Major League Gaming sanctioned game, and it's part of a tournament, and that's where I pulled this replay from. So should be really good play. Both players most likely on top of their game at a tournament. You know, everything on the line here. Really exciting play. So it'll be fun to see how this sort of pans out. We've got EGIdRA here with a scout, finding out that they are not in close by air positions here. So EGIdRA knows now that they are at least not close by air. Now they could be close by ground, or they could be cross map. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays it here. We've got the first barracks coming in from Bomber. I mean, standard opening right now. Nothing too exciting happening, nothing too crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen my cast of the game with, I believe it was OGS, the STC, and Huck, where STC busted out with a quick proxy barracks and just kept the pressure on Huck until he beat Huck, which was pretty awesome. So, but nothing crazy like that going on so far here. We've got an expand from EGIdRA. Loves to do that expansion first. He's probably going to be saving up for a spawning pool now. There it goes down. He loves those expansions. Like I said, he loves those macro games, so he's going to do whatever he can to force the game into that sort of macro phase, the mid-game, delaying any sort of attacks, because his strength is just the mid and late game. Scout finally coming out from Bomber here. See what it can see. Looks like it's going to cross paths with with a scout from EGIdRA here. Actually, what is that drone doing? I guess just trying to see if they're cross map or what's going on. Looks like we've got Bomber taking a look, seeing that expansion from EGIdRA. Probably already knew it was there though, because he knows EGIdRA. EGIdRA's taking a look in his opponent's base, seeing that it's a very standard build. He sees the expansion out here getting built. He sees the orbital, he sees the barracks, but nothing too crazy there. Looks like he was trying to build a bunker up here. Maybe just messing around with EGIdRA. That's probably what was happening. I can't really see him putting any pressure on because he doesn't have the units to fill that bunker. So right now he's going to go around. He's going to see that EGIdRA has a spawning pool, but nothing else really. Very standard opening from both players, so not much for them to sort of figure out from each other. We've got a second, third, and fourth barracks going up. So 4 barracks for Bomber. So moving quickly into a heavy infantry base army. EGIdRA's got his queens out, starting his creep spread, which he is so good at. He never misses that creep spread, and looks like still nothing doing for EGIdRA here. No army going on. Just a little bit of map control with these Zerglings, keeping an eye on everything, all the approach paths, and spreading out his overlords while he goes for this third base. Down here we've got Overlord trying to keep an eye, I'm guessing, on the expansion here, waiting to see that third. And we've got Bomber bringing in his mules and going heavy marine. None of these have an add-on right now. We have 1 gas starting to come in now from Bomber. I'm sure that actually that must have been something that EGIdRA saw and maybe realized during his scouting, that there was no gas yet. So you'd think that he would be prepping for that. I don't know if he is. I mean, he must have known that an attack was still a ways away because he had to bring in all the barracks. So here we see a spine crawler coming in, sort of effectively blocking this approach path from any early aggression. and we'll see how he reacts to it. We've also got Zergling speed coming in, and just more Marines down here. That's what we've got. Good little wall off happening here too. Always smart against Zerg. Any kind of wall off is going to be really effective in holding them back and helping you defend. And it's invaluable early game. It's an invaluable early game strategy. So we've got some aggression moving out here. So I'm going to keep an eye on these units here. I'm going to follow them in. We'll see how EGIdrA reacts, how he responds, if there's anything that he can do. I accidentally followed that statue, so that didn't work too well. Let's try again. Taking out EGIdRA's Zergling, and incoming attack. See what Bomber can do, if he can do any damage. It's so important to do early damage to Zerg too. I've mentioned this before. If you don't do damage early to the Zerg player, and there's someone like EGIdRA, they're just going to expand and overrun you so quickly. Stutter step is beautiful right now from Bomber, taking out the spine crawler. We've got, looks like 2 more spine crawlers coming in here from EGIdRA. So if Bomber doesn't get those down, he may be in for a world of hurt here. Looks like he's got those down. Some more stutter step here. Beautiful defense from EGIdRA so far, but about to lose that queen. He's got to be careful. Really doesn't want to lose that queen. We've got so many Zerglings flying in now that that speed upgrade is done, and EGIdRA cleans it up. Now these Marines are going to be turning around, but EGIdRA knows that he can catch them, so he's going to go after them. He's going to absolutely destroy them, and now EGIdRA will have a nice solid lead off the start. This wall in here, canceling the bunker creation, got the wall in up. Actually, he's got to raise that. He's going to be careful. EGIdRA's just shutting him down right now. Won't let him build anything. Here's the third getting ready from Bomber, and EGIdRA happy with the damage he's done, I guess, and just relaxing up there for a little bit, retreating with his units back to his base. We've got Stim Pack and Combat Shields coming in for Bomber, so he's going to be sticking with those bio units, it looks like. We've got 2 Tech Labs down and 2 reactors with 4 more barracks coming up right now. I don't know if he's going to just not put expansions on these or what's going on, but anyways, let's see if he's got what he's got coming out here. We're still, even though we've got those 2 tech labs, we're still looking at just Marine production. No Marauders, no anything like that. So heavy Marine production from Bomber. Food count's pretty even. I mean, for what we saw at the start, Bomber's actually doing really well catching up again. He's got to be careful with this much mineral use, though. He's going to mine himself out quick, so he's got to be ready to defend this third and keep an eye out at EGIdRA moving out with a small Zergling force here. Let's see what they can get up to. He's got a Spire coming in too, which is oh so EGIdRA. I'm very excited to see what kind of damage he can do with that Spire and what he's going to be able to do with this game now, because Bomber is just pumping out so many units. It is really impressive right now. Marines up here to defend, moving into a bunker defense strategy, which is really effective against what EGIdRA has out now. Will be okay against the mutas when they start coming out, but he's going to want some turrets up soon too. It's going to be so important to get those mineral lines protected. EGIdRA is insane with his muta micro, and he's putting up his 4th here too. 3rd base mining effectively here with Bomber. So we've got a 4-base Zerg on a 3-base Terran, fairly evenly matched. Bomber's food count is just going through the roof right now. Really impressive stuff. I can't wait to see what happens with this push here. EGIdRA will have seen the majority of these forces moving out. We've got upgraded Marines. They're not going to quite have their Weapon 1 upgrade yet, which I guess I kind of question the Bomber's choice to move out right now, but I'm sure he has a good reason that I just don't know. We've got a Stim Pack moving in here to just take a look. Wow, he's going to have to be careful with these Zerglings and Banelings around. Look at the spread already. He knows he has to be careful. Fantastic spread here of units. Ooh, those Banelings kind of just walking in and taking out all of the Marines. Wow, impressive stuff here. EGIdRA cleaning this up very nicely. The Marines falling quickly. EGIdrA probably going to push out a little bit. And here it comes. He knows he's got a good advantage now. I mean, he just took out a lot of Marines, but the stim chases them off. This is exciting. This is what I love about StarCraft. You've got two incredible players doing so many things at once here. We've got Baneling speed coming up. We've got Zerg Flyer 1 attack, melee level 2 attacks, and 20 Zerglings coming into play right now. We've got 14 more Marines on the way too for Bomber. This is going to be just, oh, that Baneling landed perfectly, and those ones did too. Just rolling over the forces of Bomber right now. Bomber not really microing too effectively. I mean, his units seem to just sit there and kind of eat the Banelings, which is just never a good thing. And these speed Zerglings right now are tearing through the forces of Bomber. So I think he's going to switch to a more defensive strat. Really try and, oh, look at that. EGIdrA takes out that turret before it can finish. Great strategy here. Pulls his attention over to that, where that, what do you call it, was, the turret was, and then moves in here to stop mining at the third. Which is just great. I mean, you gotta halt that mining. You gotta do whatever you can to hurt his economy. Bomber's gonna be able to clean this up with that great placement of bunker here. That's really effective strategy. Take note of that, everyone. And now he's doing some harassment. EGIdRA's doing some harassment. Sorry, guys. Down at Bomber's main here, he's coming with his mutas, just sort of picking at the barracks. Took out another missile turret. Just, I guess, picking away at the minerals. All the minerals that he's got. Bomber's army right now is completely dependent on minerals, and anything that EGIdRA can do to slow that mineral production down is going to slow down that army production for Bomber. EGIdRA's saving up quite a bit of minerals here. I wonder if he's got anything going on. He's mining from 4 bases right now. He, again, just rolls over this army with those Banelings and their speed upgrade. Muta's in there now, cleaning up these. He's going to have to be careful, or he doesn't want to commit too much here. Didn't lose too many there. That was really well done. Thought he might have lost a few more with how it was looking. Look at this. What a great move by Bomber. Landing the command center up here, changing it into a planetary, and mining from the gold. Trying to mine that gold out as quickly as he can. Make up for that time lost. He's able to fight back those forces there from EGIdRA. I'm going to take a quick look, guys. Hopefully you don't mind at the APM tab, because I feel like they're both doing incredible things right now. Averaging 120 and 130. Not bad at all. That's incredible speed out of these pro players here. This planetary is almost done. Just ready to finish. And then you can kiss those Zerglings goodbye. And there they go. Shot and burned. Righty, EGIdRA. What have you got going on? EGIdRA's moving out with these. The mutas again. We've got, again, just sort of picking off that one spot here, trying to attack some of the missile turrets, just distract Bomber's attention away from everything else as quick as he can. EGIdRA's working on his 5th base now. Bomber on 4, though, is doing a fantastic job. I mean, this base here, I don't know if EGIdRA, I don't know why EGIdRA is letting him just mine this. I mean, I guess it'd be hard to do much with air units because of the missile turret placements, but his ground units, I guess, even with the planetary fortress, yeah, it's going to be quite the base to take down right now. Look at these Marines. So many Marines. I'm surprised that he hasn't moved into some medevacs, which are actually coming out right now. Speak of the devil. We've got medevacs and siege tanks about to come out. Siege research is working on it. We got pathogen glands coming in, which means that we're going to be seeing some infestor play out of EGIdRA soon, which is a great response to the type of game we've been seeing out of Bomber. Now, a massive army from a maxed out EGIdRA here, just going to mow through Bomber for the first little bit here, stimming up these, doing an effective spread, but there's just so many Banelings, so many Zerglings, that he's going to be able to clean this up pretty quickly. Have to see where it goes from here. I mean, EGIdRA again just did a great job, but lost all of his ground units, so he's got to rebuild. So he's got 30 Zerglings, some Banelings coming in, some Mutas coming in. The same from Bomber, though. We've got 20 Marines on the way. Look at all of these reactors. So many units, and with this gold base still going unchecked, not much that EGIdrA can do to stop it. Both players just maxing out effectively. We've got a force moving up here, which is going to be interesting with EGIdrA moving down this way now. I think it's going to be a case of who attacks first here can kind of pull. I think EGIdrA senses something up or saw something because, yep, he knows that they're there. He moves his army over here. He's harassing effectively in the base. He almost takes out that. Looks like he might be able to get it down. Oh yeah, there it goes. Gets down that barracks and effectively scares off the incoming attack from Bomber. Sends a little scouter there. Look at this. These forces will be dropping. It looks like stim and run away. Good work. Good work. Save the army for another day. Fantastic. Take a look at this gold base still mining, sort of uncontested here. EGIdrA moving into his own here as well. Gonna park some units here for safekeeping. EGIdrA almost remaxed. Same with Bomber, almost remaxed. Bomber moving out for his 5th. EGIdRA, sorry, on his 6th. I don't know if I said 5th there, but on his 6th. And Bomber going for his 5th. I haven't seen this effective of a macro out of a Terran player in a long time. I mean, Bomber's doing an incredible job of keeping up, and he's playing his Terran like a Zerg. I mean, with all of these units, he's just kind of throwing them at EGIdRA, taking out everything that EGIdRA's throwing at him, and then remaxing as quickly as possible. This could be bad. He caught all these siege tanks out of position and unsieged, so not really much that he's going to be able to do to save them. This is a dire situation here for this 5th base. Look at that. EGIdRA pulling out a little bit, taking care of this. Going to have time to let this planetary finish, I believe. But still, Bomber losing a lot of units in that one, just because they were all caught out of place. Didn't have any tank siege. That would have made a huge difference. So these 4 missile turrets going to help a lot in defense, though. He's got to get something going up here for the ground units. There's a lot of them parked right here for him. We'll have to see what he comes up with. What an intense game so far. This is incredible. 2 players are just doing such a good job against each other. Look at this. We've got stimmed Marines that just had a fungal growth on them. Those things are going to die so fast, and they did. Medevacs finding a new troop of units to heal up. Both players working on remaxing again. Again, we're going to that 5th base, still holding on up here. Still able to keep it going. The gold base almost mined out here. Most of these are at 100, one's at 400, 70, 60, 40. They're all really low. Let's see what EGIdRA's mining off of. Actually, you know what? We might have an encounter or an engagement going up here. See what EGIdRA's planning to do. At the same time, he's also moving down with some Zerglings here. So looks like he's sneaking around back. Beautiful move. Perfect timing for EGIdRA too, because all of these SCVs just got there. Oh, he's moving out in response to Bomber moving up here. We've also got some Zergling here, taking out this tank, maybe. Nope, not quite. Tank survives with 34 HP left. These little Zerglings will be cleaned up here. Looks like we're getting into some end game strategies here. We've got Broodlords coming in. We've got max upgrades for both players starting off. We've got Ghost Academy coming in, which is, again, just perfect timing. These players are very in tune with each other right now. And look at the infestors out of EGIdRA here. Just so many. We've got our Broodlords moving out now. They're going to be incredibly effective in this battle. We've got the infestors fungling everything in sight. But still, Bomber doing a great job cleaning this up. Bomber ahead in food count right now. He's got to be careful with these Broodlords, though, because they could do some damage. Got the Vikings coming in here. See if they can at least take out 1 or 2 of these broods. Corruptor's going to be in to clean those up. Let's see what's going on with the Ghost Academy, if anything at all. I mean, the Ghost Academy's got to be down here somewhere. Where did that go? Anyone see a Ghost Academy? Not like you can tell me, but there they are. We got our Ghost Academies here. We do not have either working on nukes, and we do not have any ghosts coming in. I would have expected at least some ghosts to oh, we got a drop going on here. But some ghosts to help with the Broodlords. What is going on here? Look at all these spine crawlers. I don't know what sort of damage he's going to be able to do to the actual base here because of all the spine crawlers. I guess that when you're looking at this type of situation now that both players are in, you have to force these small engagements to the side to try and pull attention before you go in to clean up things like this one. So looks like Bomber's force is getting fairly cleaned up here. The Broodlords are just really proving effective here. When you have Broodlords shooting to the front of an army and siege tanks in the back, that splash damage from hitting their sort of broodlings are gonna really damage the Terran's own army. So he's got to be careful with that. Broodlords moving to the gold base, but not going to be able to do really much here. We've got gas happening, but that is it at this point. This gold base is fully mined out. We've got EGIdrA mining from, looks like mining from just three bases right now. And up here we've got the planetary overrun. He's going to need to bring, oh, there come the ghosts here. Down here we've got just a little bit of mining going on, just a little bit of mining here, a little bit of mining here. And this one is about to be mined out, overcrowded much. But one base mining out of Bomber and 3 base mining out of EGIdrA. So that's going to add up to a huge advantage later on. Bomber's got to get up here, he's got to break this down, he's got to get a base down, he's got to get producing. Because if he doesn't, EGIdrA is going to take that, and Bomber's just gonna be starved out. Already with I mean the 5 bases from EGIdrA here, and the 6 in the middle, he's ahead by 1 basically, and he's been doing a fantastic job of maxing. So look at this Broodlord army. We've got 2 ghosts on the field to possibly deal with something like this. I don't know. He's seen it at least, but I don't know how he's going to deal with it at all. This is just a phenomenal amount of Broodlords. Here come the Vikings spreading out, trying to do whatever they can to stay alive, but getting shut down, it looks like. Yep, dying very quickly. Do we have any ghosts anywhere? We don't have ghosts. Look at that. Army just cleared up so many broodlings so quickly. This is the only base that we have mining, remember, and it is going down. EGIdrA has a huge supply lead. Supply. He's got a huge mineral lead and gas lead. Still working with these Vikings to do whatever he can, but corruptors and infestors are just going to clean this up. We've got all these SCVs on the run, close to probably 44-ish SCVs there. EGIdRA's army moving in. I think that this might be it. I just don't see what Bomber can do to stop this. He was doing such a good job keeping up, but he really needed to switch to ghosts to prevent something like this from happening. I mean, it's just not in the cards right now. Losing a good portion of his base here. He's going to be losing those ghost academies. This is his 3rd, but he chose to park his ghost academies here, and still that army moving out again. Bomber not giving up yet, though. I mean, he's got a little bit of a force here that he's going to try and move forward with. He's able to take out a lot of things. Gets the EMP off on those, on all of those. And did he get all? There's maybe 3 infestors here that are left with energy, but still, that's the end of it. He kind of lost it, I think, at the point when he was down to that 1 base mining, and he just didn't have the mineral and the gas production to be able to keep up with EGIdRA. So fantastic game out of both players. A really original sort of way to play Terran there, keeping up with these Zerg expansions and just spitting out bio units non-stop. I enjoyed that one. I'm going to do another one here for you guys, cast another game, and that'll probably be it for me tonight after that. I'll look forward to doing the next one, though. Later, guys.